Live from Los Angeles, here's Everyway Woman.
Thank you for joining us for Open Dialogue. Ladies, this is the 10th anniversary of 9/11, and I know it's impacted everyone quite a bit. Natasha, how has it impacted you?
Well, I joined the Navy because of 9/11, so October 31st, 2001 is when I took my oath. And I had felt so angry. One of the things that really made me, though, appreciate being in the United States is myself and Christina Irwin. I went with Christina Irwin just previously, the year before, to stay with her family in Yugoslavia. And I could see how lucky I was to be an American. I did not appreciate how wonderful it was to be an American until I started traveling to other countries. And when that happened, that hit me so much, so I joined the Navy.
And that was just, so I just admire you so much for that, because just to change your life 180 degrees to, something to affect you so deeply and to act on it. Yolanda?
For me, that sense of security, like now when you go to the airport, in the back of your head, you're wondering, is this my last flight? You're checking people out. You shouldn't be thinking about that. You're going on vacation, you're probably going to see your family and friends to have a good time, but that whole flight, you're thinking, please, Lord, let everything be okay, let me land. And I miss that. I miss that sense of security. But I do like the fact that I appreciate being being American and living in America and just loving our freedom. And I don't want that to change. And I think too many of us have let 9/11 take away some of our freedom. And we need to take it back. Let's open up the airports. Let's let families and friends say goodbye to their relatives and loved ones and tell other countries and terrorists that we are not afraid of you. We are Americans.
Absolutely. Charlotte, how do you?
Well, I mean, I love the way we all came together, and I totally agree with what you're saying about losing personal freedoms, and the traveling is really important because Americans are very isolated and they tend to not look outside their country, but you really get a different perspective when you travel and see other nations. But as much as we came together with respect to 9/11, I actually see us kind of coming apart with regards to all the mosque controversies. And that kind of is disheartening to see us, the prejudice that surfaced is what I see with regards to people not only protesting, but you see destruction, vandalism in Tennessee and Georgia and California, and the controversy in New York over the mosque.
That's racism, but there should not be a mosque at Ground Zero.
But personally, how in your
because
life
that's a trophy for them.
Did it affect you personally? How do you feel you're different today than you were on 9/10/2001?
Well, as I said, I like the fact that we all came together as a nation, and there was a lot of closeness and this and that.
But has it changed anything specifically for you?
I can't think of anything specific. I guess I didn't know anybody specifically who died, and I guess I look at it more from a philosophical perspective, and I'm able to kind of keep a little bit of a distance on it.
Right.
So, but I really have a lot of respect for people like Natasha who joined the Navy. I think that's really admirable.
I do too.
Well, thank you. But we lost 3,000 people. Nobody has ever suffered an attack where they lost that many people. And that's one of the problems with people in this culture, in this country, is everybody's getting so passive, and they are forgetting how many people we lost and how horrific it was. There was people jumping out of buildings on fire. It was not, you see they didn't even show all the bodies landing and the horrific things that they did to us.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I think it was the first eye-opening experience that I had where there's genuine evil. I think I was living in sort of the America fairy tale, and it was just like, oh my gosh, there are evil people that want to destroy us.
I think we still are sometimes living in the fairy tale where people blaming, presidents and other people are causing 9/11. No, terrorists caused 9/11.
Absolutely,
and
they made the choice.
We need to step back from that and realize that 3,000 people did die. And there were other people affected. There are people that still have not been able to put their lives back together. There are children that do not know their parents. And we need to step back and think about that, because we have it so great in America.
Absolutely.
We don't realize that we can walk down our streets and not worry about grenades and tanks coming in. Women
Absolutely.
have freedom.
Absolutely. And those terrorists had a choice of whether to do what they did or not, whether to make changes in the world if they disagreed, they didn't like. They could have gone about it a different way, but they made a choice.
And whatever they do, it doesn't matter. America's always going to be a beacon of light.
Absolutely, absolutely.
For the
And, well,
world.
thank you, ladies. That was just, it's such an emotional weekend, and it's nice to hear personal stories and all of that. So anyway, well, thank you, and I think it's fair to say that it affected everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope to see you back at Every Way Woman very soon.